watch me elevate. Yeah. All in when I show up. Whole place about to blow up. Superior to that competition. I'm in first place, yeah, that's how I'm living. I'm with it till they digging up my grave. Eating all the things up on my plate. Game face when I step up into place. I was born and when I watch me elevate. I was born and when I watch me elevate. I was born and when I watch me elevate.
Broken dreams in my pocket. Golden thing round my neck like a locket. Carve your name in my mind, 'cause you caught it. You caught it. You're golden, golden. Honestly, you know it. Me under the street like at the so I could show you. You're golden, golden. Honestly, you're glowing. Me under the mezzanine just so that I could show you. You're golden. Hey, you're golden. You're golden. Hey, you're golden. Golden. Lay on the carpet, eye to eye, glistening. No, I saw it. I saw it. You're golden, golden. Honestly, you know it. Me under the street like at the so I could show you. You're golden, golden. Honestly, you're glowing. Me under the mezzanine just so that I could show you. You're golden. Hey, you're golden. You're golden. Hey, you're
Getting hype when I aim up, elevating that game up. Stepping up to the competition. Only first place, yeah, that's how I'm living. I'm winning till they digging up my grave. Eating all the things up on my plate. Game face when I step up into place. I was born and when I watched me elevate. I was born and when I watched me elevate. All in when I show up. Whole place about to blow up. Superior to that competition. I'm in first place, yeah, that's how I'm living. I'm winning till they digging up my grave. Eating all the things up on my plate. Game face when I step up into place. I was born and when I watched me elevate. Watch me elevate.
Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to SimPlay Motorsport here for rounds 11 and 12 of the Pro-Am season. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. I'm your host, Mathew Duffin, and joining me once again in the commentary box is my co-commentator for the Pro-Am season. It is Ben. Ben, good evening to you. How are you?
Good evening to everyone. I'm fine. So, Zandvoort and rain. It should be interesting.
Should be absolutely fantastic. Zandvoort and rain, like you say. It's a tight, twisty track at the best of days, and the rain just adds an extra sort of tricky thing to sort of go through and look at as the drivers have got to take this on today.
Yeah, so this track is tricky itself, even in the dries, so when it's wet, we should see unexpected things, I believe.
We saw a bit of unexpected things last night. We obviously saw Loretti take its first win. And we saw Leon Fernie have a cracking race to get P2. Are we expecting more chaos tonight?
Well, I think we can. So, this track is like an interesting one because it's tight but fast and has a lot of elevation changes. So in the wet, it's really dangerous, I think, in real life, of course, but it's sim racing. But so we can expect some great things tonight, I think.
Hopefully we can expect some great things tonight. It's going to be fascinating. Obviously, as we head towards the back end of the season now, Ben, only 4 weeks left to go, 8 races left for Pro-Am and Pro. We're obviously coming to your home circuit of the Hungaroring at the end of the season, where you've just been at the weekend. How was your weekend at the Formula One?
Yeah, it was really great. Except for like coming home. So leaving the parking lot was like it took me 3 hours. So yeah, Hungaroring will need changes, I think.
I think you sent me a picture, didn't you? You sent me a picture at the weekend, I think it was, or a video of the trying to leave the car park. Yeah, chaos.
Like 11 or 12 lanes of cars try to leave in the same 2-meter gap. So,
yeah. Like a race to get out the gate. First person there is out, and away they can go. And it was like its own little race. But not far from Hungary. Actually, I don't know how far from Hungary it is, but we're here in Holland, in the Netherlands. Max Verstappen's backyard. Well, it's going to be a tricky task for these drivers. Zandvoort, as we've said, it's up and down, it's left, right, it's twisty. There's cambers that are off camber. There's a lot of things that this track throws up. One thing we are to say, though, is that within the next half an hour, it looks like the rain is going to clear slightly. So possibly track conditions will get better for these drivers.
Yeah, it looks like. And of course, this Zandvoort is the 2018 version, so we don't have banked corners, which I think ruins a bit.
Yeah, it is a shame. It is a shame, but we see plenty of action at the hairpin, no doubt. You know, we see a lot of drama go off there. So hopefully we see what will happen here tonight as everybody is going to come through. So we do have a few drivers missing tonight, and it is a shame that drivers can't make it. But we have got at least 16 drivers on the grid. The only one we are unsure on is Max Mulder. He is trying to get home on time, and is hopefully going to be on the grid for us in race 1. He did say he will try his best to get in for race 2, as Sekulovic just loses the rear of the car there. So Max may miss race 1, but will be in for race 2. Also, I've just noticed Kieran Argent not yet in the lobby as well. So we've got 12 confirmed, 3 tentative, one of which is 13 confirmed because of Smithy. 3 tentative, one of them is PN, but he is into the lobby already. And then we are just waiting on Max Mulder and Kieran Argent. I believe we've got someone joining now. There we go. Kieran Argent, as if by magic, is now in the lobby. Must have been hearing us.
Oh, and another one.
Oh, and Max Mulder. Yeah, so there we go. Max Mulder's in as well. So brilliant. So Max has got in for race 1. That is great to see. So then, Ben, we've got Zandvoort tonight. We go back to Silverstone next week. We head across to America to Laguna Seca in 2 weeks' time. And then in 3 weeks' time, at the end of the season, we are at the Hungaroring. 4 tracks left, or 3 if you're in AM, but 4 very different circuits.
Yes, so like this is a tight and a twisty but fast circuit, where the Hungaroring is a tight and twisty but it's a slower circuit. So, and Silverstone is a completely different category, and Laguna Seca, of course.
Yeah, Laguna Seca. Looking forward to being at Laguna. Obviously, this is the last race of the season that I missed this week. Like Quite sad that I missed this one. Oh, the Laguna's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So hopefully, hopefully it all goes well at Laguna Seca.
Yeah.
So then, we'll go through the grid order. 13 minutes left of practice, and there is a lot of different times out there at the minute. Ben, there's a couple of guys within the 42s, low 43s, and then you're kind of jumping towards the 44s around here. And Dean and Smokey, been in a while at the moment, yet to get a lap time on the board.
Yeah. So, like, the track doesn't seem that bad, because at the worst conditions, they were like 43 and 44.
Yeah.
44, so... And it says in the next 30 minutes it will be even less, so... Well, I don't think we can see a dry track, so it will be wet all along.
Yeah, maybe race 2, quali 2, we'll maybe see something...
We'll see about that, yeah.
A little dry. We'll have to keep our eyes on what will happen as the night goes on and as the night rolls through. But obviously it's wet at the moment. Track is wet. 20 degrees, 25 degrees track temperature. Smoky Devil just breaks on the grass there. Somehow keeps a hold of that one. But the rain is easing, though, over the next couple of minutes, Ben. So does that mean into the next session, into the next hour, it could ease up that little bit more and possibly improve?
Yeah, it should really improve. So we'll see about that. So like even that they can do 42s here, it a bit scares me because like I practiced only like half an hour and I only managed to do like 44s and 43s. So.
Yeah. Well, I've fortunately done no testing. Obviously, we're not being here tomorrow night. I've not turned a wheel around the track this season because I don't want to annoy myself because I really enjoy this circuit and it feels nice in the Bentley, so I don't want to annoy myself.
Yeah, if you catch the right time, it's a good circuit. Like I like it too, but in the vet, it's a tricky one.
It is indeed. So we'll see what the drivers can do. In terms of car, then tonight, Ben. Wet conditions, tricky Zandvoort. What would your car choice be?
It's a good question. So, like, of course, McLaren is the favorite car this season, and it always has been, I think. But the Bentley, like you said, and it looks like Sati has great pace. So, and also the Honda. So, like, I think it will go down between the McLaren, Bentleys, and the Hondas.
Yeah, indeed it will. Let's take a look and see which the best car will be. We saw back early in the season, didn't we, as well? Smoky Devil's BMW didn't seem great in the wet, so we'll have to see what he can do. I just noticed Argent's changed the colour of his cars. He's gone to a matte coloured car, but he's gone a bit darker green now on his car. Just to state, the most successful drivers around here are as follows then. Dan on Orthodubs, 2 race wins and a first place and a pole position to his name. De Silva has a win. Dennis Newman has a win. Argent, while we're on board him, he has a win to his name. So does Emplava, Shane, and Louis Allen. All them at 3 have poles. So Louis Allen's got a pole here. Argent's got a win here. Bodes well for them two today. They obviously have had previous success at this circuit.
Yeah. Yeah, so of course they can do, so like they have how should I express myself? So we should watch out for them, of course.
Yeah, I think we should indeed. I think they could be ones to really watch. In terms of the championship standings, though, there is 204 points left up for grabs at the moment, and there is everybody still can win the championship, all the way from 20th place to first place. It's Louis Allen, though, who does lead this championship. And just to say, by the way, Ben, he's not won a race this season. Not only has he not won a race this season, he didn't win a race last season. So Louis Allen is 8 points clear of Tibbs, has never won a race at SimPlay Motorsport. That is incredible to see. As well as that, it's Tibbs in second, 8 points behind. Behind him is a big jump to Noza kart champ. Can't be with us today, but he's 28 points off the back. Skulovic is in P4. He is 31 points off the pace. Smoky Devil, after a brilliant win last week, he is 42 points off the back. Sooty Apex obviously missed a couple due to work. He's 6th place, 61 points off the back before Argent, then, who is yet set a lap time, is P7 at the moment. Behind him is Daz Automatic, who currently is half a second quicker than anyone at the moment, but is in the pits. Bryn is P9 in the championship. He's on 135 points. Behind him is PNMotorsport, currently sat in the pits. X-Fate Silent is then P11 in his Mercedes-Benz. How the Mercedes do in the wet, that'll be an interesting one to watch. Hypertech is P12 with DJ Phil Green in P13. P14 is Monkey Boy, not here tonight. Smithy is down in P15 with Mordecai not here, P16. Max Mulder, P17. Now for Max Mulder, he's had a 25-point deduction from his championship score, which affects not just him but his team because of 3 retirements this season. So he has lost 25 points because of that. AKA Fix is on 52. Keegs, a.k.a. Lucas Roth, is on 34. And Dean Wasocki bringing up the rear on 23. So Max then, big penalty last week after his 3rd retirement of the season, has really cost him in terms of points in this championship for him and his teammate.
Yeah, it's a shame to see, of course.
Speaking of the team's championship then, Ben, it's looking a little like this. Titan Oro Racing 359 points. They are 76 clear now of the SRL Pink McLaren Racing Team. Dynaco Racing, RP3, 113 behind. They're tied with East West Motorsport. Back to Front Racing are then on 234 built for the MBR Racing Team on 219 in that one. Then there's points up for grabs. Keegs and Dean can be eliminated from this championship race today in this first race, depending on what points happen where. In terms of the most pointless championship ever, McLaren, 1,554 points they're on. They have won the Manufacturers' Championship. They won it last week, I believe, in Pro-Am, or if not in Pro. So McLaren are Manufacturers' Champions. Bentley are second, 979 points from Ferrari, 651. Lexus, 528 ahead of Aston Martin. Porsche, 537. Then Lexus, 528. Aston Martin on 507. After that, it is then Honda on 488, Audi on 467, BMW on 174, McLaren at 125, Nissan 102, Retia 36, Lamborghini 13, and Jaguar 5 points. There we go then, Ben. All the facts and all the stats. In fact, one more thing to point out. Ardent can get his 50th podium today. Honda need one podium for its 50th. McLaren need one win for 50, and McLaren can't get it today, but if they get pole position in race 2, they'll only need one pole position tomorrow night for 50 pole positions. One thing that will happen tonight in race 1 is Bryn will get Lexus's 50th race start. So there we go.
Well, and Louis Allen just jumped to P3, so I think he has a chance to score that podium for Honda.
Yeah, we'll see what he gets. Daz could get that one on pole positions for McLaren because he's looking quick at the moment.
Yeah.
So it's going to be an interesting one to see what everybody can do in this one. Mac's the only guy to not set a time at the minute. Dean's actually got a time on the board now. He's gone P14. So it's going to be an interesting... Mercedes, we spoke about a few cars. What can the Mercedes do in the wet today?
Well, if not for a carnage in turn 1 that I'm afraid of, I think the Mercedes can have a top 5 finish, so the times are really close. So the gaps are quite close actually, from like, so top 6 is under a second, and then there's X-Fate with only not even a tenth between Smokey and X-Fate, so I think X8 can do a top 5 finish.
Yeah, let's see what he's been quick in this Mercedes this season.
Yes. Yeah, I remember in Spain that he even had a chance to win that race. So.
Yeah. 7 winners in 7 races in Pro-Am. In Pro, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different winners in what is 12 races, so it's not as bad. It's not bad, you know. So
it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's
8 winners
really
in 12
good.
races. One man who possibly should have won a race last week. We saw Argent was really catching on the pack last week before his internet disconnected him.
Yeah, I remember.
All eyes will be on Argent today, won't they, to see if he can keep that momentum and keep that form going.
Well, Bentley has a good chance here, so I think he will find time eventually.
I said earlier.
So.
I said earlier, Ben Smokey Devil, his BMW didn't seem great in the wet. Well, he's not far from the quickest time on the track. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I think
talk about each of my own
Smokey
words.
Devil is the underdog, I think, this season. So he always surprises us with great results with that huge BMW.
Yeah, he does indeed. What he's left, 3 minutes left of the session. So we're going to get our first poll up of the day. Race 1 winner. We'll get mine and Ben's prediction in a moment of who we think it will be. I'm going to put money on somebody because I know he's good in the wet. But we'll see what you in the audience think of who is going to win this first race. Apologies, just noticed something's just come up on my PC, so just going to sort this out a second. Okay, sorted. Okay, right. Should be good. Right, so at the moment, the chat is going the way of Daz. Somebody has voted that of Sooty Apex. All the front foot, I mean, what is it? A second to the top 7. It is kind of like 2 or 3 different grids out there at the moment, isn't there? You've got the top 6 within a second. Then you've got the top. Then you've got from 7th to 11th within half a second. Then you've got 12 to 14th within a second. And then it's the second, 14th to 15th, a second, 15th to last.
Yeah. Yeah, so we should have a really close fight, I think. So, like, these gaps aren't that huge.
As Daz Automatic watching come through the final corner at the minute. He has got Bryn just behind him in the Lexus, obviously about to start Lexus's 50th race. He'll have a quali ban for race 2. Dean Wasoki's just come out of the pit lane then. You just saw above as Bryn goes P10 just ahead of DJ Phil. And in these conditions, Ben, it's not about the fastest lap time, really. It's about smooth, consistent driving and keeping it on. That we always say that consistency will get you good results. None more so in the wet.
Consistency is key.
In the wet, even keyer.
That's my motto, actually. Yeah. Of course, it's really easy to make mistakes here, especially here at Zandvoort and with the wet conditions. It's easy to make mistakes. You should concentrate a bit more, I think.
Yeah, I completely agree with you.
It's like, of course, you have to be careful with the curves and also with the aquaplanings. Because I think Assetto simulates it quite okay, so aquaplaning is okay. Of course, not better than Project Cars 2.
No.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see what goes on today. Though we've got car 52, that is Argent, coming towards the final set to 12 seconds left. So it's going to be interesting to see if he'll get another lap time in. He's currently on an invalid one. Obviously, not that it matters in practice, but he would like to be a bit higher than P12 in practice. I'm sure that is a thing. He's onto the grass, actually. That is the session over, so he will not improve his lap time. The next man that will be Bryn, and a couple of other cars at the top end of the circuit. So session time's coming to an end. Drivers getting their last laps in. In terms of SimPlay Motorsport, if you do like what you see here, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and the bell to be notified when we are live, which is tomorrow night. PNMotorsport and Dan Davis live, 8 PM UK time for the Pro Series, in which Ben will be on the track. If you want to keep an eye out and come and support Ben, make sure you tune into the channel and support for Nexus. That is his PlayStation username. Make sure you give him a good support there. Mathew, myself, will not be on the grid tomorrow night. And if you also like we see, don't forget to join us Sunday night, myself and PM Motorsport, for the Porsche Carrera Cup. Fury dominating the season so far. It's been fantastic to watch. Can he carry it on at Alton Park? Join us Sunday, 8 PM UK time for that. Myself and Fury will be live in the commentary box then next week for Amateur at Silverstone. We'll see what the weather will be. That gets locked in tomorrow night. And then join myself and Dan Davis next Wednesday night for a special one-off appearance for Dan in the commentary box. For him, he'll be live with me next Wednesday in the Pro-Am. And then Ben will be back with us at Laguna Seca for the rest of the season. Don't worry about that. I've just got a few things I need to do with Dan next week. And, yeah. Ben will be returning to the commentary box. Don't panic.
Of course.
He will be back. He will be back.
Yeah.
Right then, Ben, we're getting ready to go into a qualifying session. Race winner, who are you saying?
It's a difficult one. So, like, in these conditions, anything can happen. But I might go with Daz Automatic, because he seemed good in the wet.
I'm going to go Sooty Apex.
Yeah, Sooty seemed really good also, so I will be curious what will happen. So, like, let's hope let's hope there's no carnage in turn 1, of course.
Yeah, you've said it now.
Yeah,
right.
I don't want to.
No, yeah, hopefully we don't. Right, the poll at the moment is going 40% of the way to Daz Automatic as well. So yeah, this is going to be an interesting one to find out who will do what in this qualifying session. As we do now, get ready to line up on the race. Wet conditions ahead is the word from race control. Thank you, race control, for stating the obvious there, in my opinion. It is wet, but it is supposedly, the rain is still going to get get lighter over this next 30-minute period still, Ben. There's still that minus on the 30 mark.
Yeah. Of course, the dry lines will appear in a few laps.
As well, the more cars that's on the track, like last night,
Yes.
was going to start to see this track quicken up at the end as well.
Yeah, so we have a couple of cars. Yeah, like 16 is not a bad number, I think.
Good number to drive the circuit, if you ask me.
Yeah. So I think we should see a really good race tonight.
Right, 30 seconds left on the timer. And then we will be underway. So we will go through the grid order in just a moment's time once again to remind you of who is on pole position. We'll do that as the drivers start to get away. Don't forget, do confirm who you think is going to win this race on the pole above. And let's hear from you in the chat. A bit quiet in the chat. Good evening, though, to Micro J's, Peaceful Stepdad, and Mike Matthews in there as well. Great to see you all in there. Right, the drivers get rolling now. So we should be having... DJ Phil's missed the start.
Oh.
So he's going to be a lap down. Right, so the grid should be Dean Wasocki on pole position. He is already there. Next up should be Keegs, a.k.a. Lucas Roth, should be in second place. He's currently rolling slowly. He needs to get a move on now. I think he's just been made aware of the grid. So DJ Phil has missed the start, which means everybody will bump up one. Dean needs to slow the pack down. As Lucas Roth needs to get into P2. And he now slots into that place. Behind Lucas Roth should be Max Mulder. It is. Behind Max Mulder should be Smithy. It is indeed, as Dean now starts to look like he's back in the pack up a little bit. Behind Smithy should have been DJ Phil, but he's not readied up. He's not got out onto the circuit. So behind Smithy now will be Hypertech. So Hypertech 7th it is. X-Fate should be behind him, which it is. As this is probably one of the best camera angles to see. Then it should be PNMotorsport, yes. Then Bryn, yes. Then Daz Automatic, yes. Then Argent, Sooty, Smoky Devil, yes. Then it should be Sekulovic ahead of Tibbs. Smokey's actually got ahead of Sooty here, so Sooty back ahead of Smokey as the camera pans round. No, Smokey needs to drop, so Sooty needs to be in front of Smokey. And then everybody is right now. So it is just Smokey that is out of position at the moment. And I think Sooty's flashed him there to say, Smokey, behind. As he gets behind now. Right, we're all in order.
And it's a big shame for DJ Phil, because if he, of course, he will start the race, but he will be a lap down, so I think he can do that much.
Tough way back for him, but I think the bonus is, Daz, is because it's wet and it is Zandvoort, a tricky circuit. He can catch him up a little bit. Sekulovic has actually had a spin here. I've just noticed Sekulovic is way behind.
Yeah,
on the track map.
Of course, it's a critical thing to warm up your tires on the formation lap, especially when it's wet.
Indeed it is. So we're coming to the final corner now, and this could be absolutely crucial for Dean Wasocki. He controls the start. What is he going to do? He's the man who will control the pace of everything here as Keegs gets back in front of him once again. And Keegs looks like he's got the right-hand side of the circuit. We were saying last night on commentary, myself and Fury, that the right-hand side is where you want to be, because that'll be the inside line for turn 1.
Yeah. Of course.
It's Dean who gets it's Dean who gets to dictate the pace here. So I think Keegs wanted to be on that right-hand side, but it's Dean being the leader who gets to dictate where he starts.
It looks like Dean will be on the right side, so...
Yeah, so Dean has decided to take the right side of the circuit here. So Dean, who will be on pole position for this next race of the season. It is race start initialised. It is green and go. They're already halfway down the straight. It's a bit of a sloppy getaway as Lucas Roth's going to already try and go around the outside of Dean Wysocki. Dean gets it turned into turn one.
Ooh,
Lucas Roth does take the lead of this. Dean a little wiggly into turn one. He's got Max Mulder and Smithy coming with him as his Hypertech as they all come through. Max is now going to bounce off the side of Dean. Dean keeps it somehow together. Just a little wide onto the grass now. Dean's got to get back on the circuit from here as everybody filters through. And Dean is just tumbling down the order. He's had to let the whole pack go. And Dean, that is not the start you would have wanted. Louis Allen side by side. Largent, he's not now. He's bounced off the side of the Bentley. And around he goes. So it's Lucas Roth, Max Mulder. Then it is Smithy, Hypertech, Daz Automatic up to fifth. Great start. X-Fate, Sutty, Sekulovic, Smoky Devil, who was looking to make a move on Sekulovic, has got up the inside of the McLaren, has pushed the McLaren wide. That is job done. Tibbs now looks to make a move on Sekulovic. He does as well as Argent comes sliding in. And how he doesn't hit the back of Sekulovic, I don't know. But he gets through as well. PNMotorsport next up. Argent still the inside of Sekulovic. And he's still there, still there. Sekulovic will now have the inside line at the corner. And Argent is going to have to go the long way around. I'll tell you what, though, the Bentley looks like he's taking that Max Verstappen karting line. Can he get the traction out of the corner? Believe he may have done, you know. Look at this side-by-side action. There's Sutty side-by-side further up as well. Argent does get the move done. Sutty's up the inside of Daz Automatic, who's got X-Fate silent there as well. And Smoky Devil, and X-Fate's round.
Oh, no. So, this start was kind of clean.
Oh, Bryn's lost it on the curb. Louis Allen's hit the back of Dean. Absolute chaos at the moment. And there is a lot of cars off in the background. And DJ Phil's already unlapped himself by half the grid. Sorry, Ben, what was you saying?
So, like, the start was a bit cleaner than I expected, to be honest.
Yeah.
Bryn had a moment there, I don't know, but he was slow.
Yeah, I think he span on the curb.
Yeah, and then the side-by-side action was so good between Arjun and McLaren, not Sekulovic, but yeah, X-Fate spun and it bit ruined everything.
It did indeed. So out front, it's Lucas Roth and Max Mulder.
X-Fate tapped Dean.
Is Dean off? Dean is well off then at turn one. Yeah, Dean gets it back going now. DJ Phil has unlapped himself from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars at the minute. So DJ Phil are going great guns. So Lucas Roth leads. He's got Max Mulder right behind him in P2. It's Hypertech third with Sutty Apex up to fourth. Smithy still fifth. Oh, Daz and Smithy come together. And I think Daz got a double whammy as I think Smoky Devil hits him around. Tibbs and Sekulovic go through. PN looks like he's got past Daz. What about Louis Allen then? As DJ Phil now unlaps himself from another car. But that puts to bed any progress for Daz. And at the moment, Lucas Roth and Max Mulder are really pulling away, Ben. It's a great fight out front, Porsche versus McLaren.
Yeah, it's a big action everywhere. So we have great fights everywhere with everyone. So, typical wet race.
Yeah, typical wet race. I've noticed, though, Ben, the track has gone to damp conditions. So it is drying out. There is Max! Oh, Max! All over the curb! On his home race at Zandvoort! Has span into the wall. And Hypertech and Sutty are going to come steaming past. And the Dutchman on the final corner got all over the curb and into the wall. Max Mulder has lost out there. And Smithy's on the back of Smoky Devil.
And tell you what, Hypertech is speed to Ferrari. It's great to see.
Hypertech's normally been involved in a few lap 1 incidents this season, hasn't he? And it's great to see him coming through the pack. But he has got Sutty Apex right on the back of him. Down the order, Sekulovic looking on Tibbs. And any other moves anywhere else? No, Dean's lost a lot of time to Bryn, who's trying to gain down X-Fate. Argent's got damage, so does Louis. Daz trying to make up places. Daz has unlapped himself from DJ Phil. As we go, oh, Smokey's had a spin. Oh, Tibbs has collected him. Smokey's had a huge moment and Tibbs has collected him. Tibbs, stay still. Smokey moves. Oh, Daz. Daz Automatic has absolutely steamrolled exit Tibbs. PN somehow missed it all.
Well, of course, that corner is a big blind spot, so...
Daz has got huge damage to his car.
Damage.
Tibbs is in the gravel still. And Dean Wysocki finds himself ahead of Tibbs. Brim finds himself ahead of Daz Automatic. That is big damage to be driving with for 5 minutes.
I think he will be straight away. Because
Tibbs has returned to the pit lane.
Maybe he'll get the meatball flag.
Yeah, Tibbs has returned to the pit lane. Oh, Daz cannot turn this car. That is huge damage. Right, DJ Phil stays well out of the way as he's now being lapped once again by the quicker drivers. Louis Allen is now on the back of PN Motorsport. Oh, Sekulovic!
What? Oh no, he's on the racing line.
I just saw him dropping down the hill. And who's this coming? He's got to stay still. Stay still. There goes Smokey. There goes Daz. Dean Wysocki comes through as well. Wow. Wow. Sekulovic has struggled there. Right.
6 minutes, like.
I know. X-Fate up the inside at turn 1 on Argent. Brin's catching these two behind. X-Fate has to tuck back in. Louis Allen was about to say he's on the back of PN Motorsport. Sooty has got past Hypertech, so Hypertech is now down to third as Louis Allen tries to get the run on PN, and Louis Allen gets past PN Motorsport as Max Mulder now trying to get on the back of Hypertech. No surprise to see Daz Automatic in the pits as well as Tibbs.
Yeah, and like I said before, that I thought that the favorite cars will be Bentley, McLaren and Honda, and that's a Porsche up in front with Lucas.
Yeah.
And then there's a Bentley and then a Ferrari.
Indeed it is. I've just looked to my right. Oh, Dean was trying to pass. I've just looked to my right. And I've got a few people's streams open on my laptop next to me. Dean Wysocki was trying to get past Smokey Devil there and just got a little loose onto the grass. But he's trying again here. We're actually on board Dean Wysocki. Smokey looks like he's got some big damage. Dean's all over the back of him. They're both ahead of Sekulovic now.
And he said that maybe he'll try to survive those 3 minutes.
Right, Daz in the pits. DJ Phil has now passed Exit Tibbs for position. So this is why you don't give up, you keep going. As DJ Phil has got past him. Dean's still trying to get past Smokey Devil here at the moment on the circuit. They've got Sekulovic gaining. This is the closest fight on the track at the minute. Dean and Smokey Devil. Dean on the brakes. He's up the inside. That car looks very twitchy in the hands of Dean Wysocki. A lot of curb and he can't get it done. Over. Yeah, took too much there. Another close battle is X-Fate and Argent further up the road. Look, they've got Brin catching them. Max Mulder's gaining on Hypertech. And one thing I've noticed as well, Sooty Apex gaining on Lucas Roth here.
Yeah, and so does Sekulovic on Dean and the Smokey pair. So...
Oh, Smokey's on the grass. Smokey's on the grass. Dean is all over the place. Dean looks like he's warming his tyres up. What is this? Well, he's got past Smokey Devil. He's got Sekulovic catching him.
Both of them.
One thing I've noticed, though, is PN's being caught by Argent, who's being caught by X-Fate, who's being caught by Brin. So it's a good gaggle of cars here for P7, 8, 9 and 10. And obviously Brin's going to want a good result as he's got a quali ban for race 2. So does Max Mulder. Max Mulder having a good result at the minute. Daz and Tibbs still in the pit lane.
Yeah, and PN actually survived this whole mess. It looks like he doesn't have damage at all.
Argent, no. He's going to go around the outside of PN Motorsport. PN stays well to the left of the circuit, gives Argent plenty of room, gives him a good wide berth.
Oh, he jumped over the curb there.
Yeah, and PN's actually gone a little... PN's gone slow there, and all three of them's got past him.
But what happened with PN?
I'm not too sure. Daz is back out on track. Tibbs still in the pits. Oh, he's moving now. So that shows how much damage Tibbs had. He had to return to pits, which will hold him for 2 minutes, and it's done his damage. Tibbs had a long old stop, and by the time he gets around the track, the pit window will be open. 59 seconds lid opens, and PN loses 3 places. So your running order at the minute is Lucas Roth leads. Sooty Apex is mighty close to him, though, at the moment. It is down to 1.7. We'll see what it is through the first sector time now. I think that's around a second. 1.2, look. Hypertech is currently P3, and on the back of Hypertech is Max Mulder within 3/10 of a second. Max Mulder on his home circuit really trying to push hard after he had a spin on the start straight. Smithy is doing a stellar job, currently in P5. He's got Louis Allen all over the back of him, but he's at a part of the circuit where it's hard to overtake. So Smithy 5th, Louis Allen 6th. After Louis Allen, then comes, I believe it's X-Fate. It is X-Fate.
Smithy had a big slide.
He always has a big slide, does Smithy, doesn't he? Every time we see Smithy slides.
He was sliding, and again,
X-Fate.
I like watching Smithy racing.
Yeah, it is interesting. I think Louis Allen's going up the inside. Oh, he's touched the grass. Oh, he keeps it together. I know Smithy's been playing a lot of golf, he was telling us. And then forearms, and he's tapped X-Fate. And he straightens X-Fate back up, and Argent will get past. Bryn may fancy a bit of this. But he's been... Oh, Argent, Bryn! Oh, X-Fate and Argent come together! No. Argent's in a wall. Bryn got involved in that as well. But I think Bryn was a passenger there. And Smithy was telling us before we went on air, Louis, Ben, that he's going to be a pro tonight because he's been working on his forearms playing golf, he said. So he should be an absolute pro. His evening to my teammate Gary in the chat, who says, go on, Smithy. Pit window's open, by the way. We forgot to mention the pit window's open. Lucas Roth and Max Mulder straight in, not wasting any time. Right then, Louis Allen, he stays out. What about Smithy? He stays out. Bryn in. PN is in. I imagine we're going to see Argy Bargy, and I reckon there's going to be a few pit stops here. And as Argent comes... Argent stays out. He looked like he was coming in the pits, but he stays out on the track. Sakulovic comes in. Smoky Devil, what is he going to do? He's got back ahead of Dean Wasocki, I've just noticed here. I reckon Smoky will pit.
Yes.
Yeah, in he comes. So Smoky Devil.
He's coming in. Dean should too. Like
Dean's got big front end damage. Oh, he's got big rear end damage. Oh.
The little bumper is.
Well, Daz is coming around to put a lap on him. There's Daz to unlap himself, should I say. Dean's in the pits, big damage. Slow it down, slow it down, slow it down. I think he got it slowed down. Right, Lucas Roth and Max Mulder out the pits. I don't think Max has repaired his damage here, though.
Oh, Smithy was in the gravel.
Ben, just look at his car. I don't think he's repaired his damage here.
Max. Yeah, even from the back.
Right, PN out the pits. All fine. Smoky Devil will be... Oh, I've just looked at Dean's stream. 2-minute pit stop due to the damage to his car. So that is bad for his race. Sakulovic, it is a lot. Sakulovic coming out the pit lane now. All is fine there. Bryn's next up out the pits. Remember, you cannot cross that dashed line. Oh, Bryn speeding.
Bryn has a drive-through.
Oh, that's really going to ruin and hurt his race. Right, so Sutty's now in. Smokey's in, Dean's in, and Tibbs is in to change his tyres. Now, the bonus for Dean is that Daz, Phil and Tibbs was a lap down and all still have to pit. Louis in. X-Fate is in. I think Smithy has just gone through. Yes, he has. Argent now comes in nice and early. So Keegs is going to take the lead of this race because Sutty's not yet done his pit stop yet, look. And Keegs is coming through the last corner, Lucas Roth is, and Sutty's still got a pit stop to do. And I'm just... All right, Sutty's now done. So he's now away, but Lucas Roth is gone. He is through.
Yes. Yeah, Lucas Roth is in front of Sutty.
He's in front by a long way as well. Smoky Devil now comes out the pits. That is good job from Smoky. Tibbs comes out the pits. Good job from him. Louis Allen will be the next car out. We've obviously just got to keep our eyes on this for pit exit cuts. That looks all good for him. Dean's still got 40 seconds left. That is how painful that is. I don't think X-Fate has repaired damage because he has just got going, but his bonnet is still flapping. Kieran Argent, anyone else want to hit me in this race? Kieran, keep your comments out of the stream, please. Put it into the stewards if it needs to be looked at. So, DJ Phil, Dean Wasocki, Daz, and Kieran still to pit, as is Smithy and Hypertech. And we just wait for the next one to go green. But what is Lucas Roth's gap to Sutty? It was 1.2 seconds before the pit stop, look. Lucas Roth has got 6.8 seconds to Sutty now. That is a big, big gap.
Yeah, it is. And so the undercut worked a bit better than the overcut.
Bryn is in for his drive-through penalty. Dean's damage is fixed. Dean is on his way out now. As Bryn is in for his drive-through. Remember, you cannot cross that dotted line. Oh, Dean got close to it. Dean got close to it. Bryn is in. Argent is now away. Dean got very close to that dotted line. Bryn is now out the pits. Drive-through cleared, but crucially, has still got ahead of Argent because of that. Smithy is now in the pits as Argent leaves the pits. Argent is fine there. So Smithy is now in, and it is just DJ Phil and Daz left to pit. Daz is actually at the end part of the circuit here. So for Daz, he's passed in Wasocki, but he's got to change his tyres himself. So where is car 32 on the track? It's at the opposite side of the circuit to where Daz is, but Daz has got to pit.
And so DJ Phil is doing a great job, I think. So I'm watching the gap between him and Smokey, so it's quite big.
I've just noticed
So
as well.
maybe he could come out in front of Smokey because DJ Phil, of course, he doesn't have damage.
Smokey Devil's just unlapped himself from Max, and Max is not repairing his damage, has clearly hurt him. Lucas Roth has got past Smithy in the pits. Sutty has got past Smithy in the pits. Max has got past him in the pits. So has Louis Allen. So is X-Fate, I do believe, although Smithy's still coming out P4 at the minute. Are we waiting for people to just cross that Sector 1 timing screen? Yeah, we are, because Max has now gone through. Smithy's got a drive through for speeding. Yeah, that is heartbreaking because Smithy was having a good race. Right, Hypertech, who leads the race. He leads the race. He's still not pitted yet. DJ Phil, where are you on the circuit? You're by the last corner. 3 minutes 50 left. Started this race in the pit lane, let's not forget. And he's now going to come into the pit lane, does DJ Phil. In he comes. Wall there on pit entry, Ben.
So, and I think Hypertech should come into the pits this lap because he's losing time, I think.
Yeah. He was ahead of Max Mulder, if I remember, before the pit stops. He was P3. And, so will he come
Max
out
should
P3?
Be ahead of him.
What a helmet, says Gary. That'll be because Smithy's got a drive-through penalty. Don't forget, if you like what we see here, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and hit the bell to be notified. Just to notice as well, Daz Automatic stays out here, so he's clearly going long to try and stay ahead of Dean Wasocki at the moment. Phil in the pits. Where is Smithy? Coming down towards the back end of the circuit. He's got that drive-through to get done for speeding in the pit lane. Closest gap on track was Smithy and PN. But that's going to... Oh, Smithy's gone straight on. He's gone deep.
Ooh.
Well, that's not what you want. Smithy was up in the top 10. He's probably going to lose out to Sekulovic. I don't know where Bryn is. Bryn's 10 seconds behind Sekulovic, yeah. He's possibly going to lose out all over. X-Fate's back in. Why? DJ Phil has come out and he's P14. He's lost out to Smokey. But X-Fate's in the pits.
This is interesting.
Hypertech's in.
Well, he has a bit of damage, but I think it's not that serious.
Did he have dry tyres on?
Oh, maybe, yeah.
And he's missed his pit box. He's just had to roll backwards. Not good there. Right, Lucas Roth. Hypertech's in the pit. Smithy's in for his drive-through. So Smithy should pass X-Fate in the pit lane here then. Right. So Smithy should go keep ahead of X-Fate after his drive-through. Just see where Smithy is. Oh, Smithy stopped in his box. He's got a drive-through and he stopped in his box. Drive-through cleared now. He's done it. Right. Brenner's got past. Argent got past. Smokey didn't get past Smithy. So Smithy should be P10, I believe, because he's ahead of X-Fate. He's back out on the track. Away he goes. X-Fate is now moving as well, as Hypertech has now been dropped.
He went a bit wide. Smithy.
Right, where's Max? Max coming around the final corner here, Ben. Hypertech's leaving the pit lane. Hypertech is well in front of Max Mulder.
It maybe played at him. Played that to him well.
I thought him and Smokey was going to make contact there.
Yeah. So Lucas should lead the race, yes.
Yeah. Oh, now. Has Daz got this horribly wrong? 54 seconds left of the pit window. And Daz is only just gone through the end of Sector 1. Oh, no.
No.
Now, he's got to be in the pit lane before the timer runs out.
I don't think he's gonna make it, unfortunately.
Well, let's wait and see. He's coming into that
Sector 2.
Yeah. I think Daz has misjudged this.
Well, yeah. He tried to go long, but...
Gone a little too long. Yeah, he's gone a little too long.
Yeah, 10.
So that will possibly mean Daz will finish in last place, depending on how far Tibbs is behind. Yeah, pit window will close.
1, and it's closed.
Daz has missed his pit window.
It's 130-second time penalty for him.
Louis Allen up the inside of Max Mulder. So Max Mulder, since the pit stop, his race hasn't gone great.
Wow.
And Louis Allen gets Max Mulder done. Now, Daz, Ben, sorry.
Beautiful.
I'm just looking at Dean Wasoki's stream here, and I've got PN's up as well. PN is on the dry tyres.
Yeah.
Right? And where is PN? He's 6th.
He looks okay with it, actually.
Yeah. Dean is on the
They are
wets,
cold, but
and Dean's tyres are getting way too hot. So, was that X-Fate pitting for the dry tyre? Not the wet tyre. Was he pitting for the dry? Daz is in the pits. Well, it's too late for Daz. He's going to lose all that time to Tibbs now. He'd be better off staying out on track.
I think X-Fate is on the dry tires. He had a wiggle, so maybe.
So did X-Fate pit for dry tyres? Well, Louis Allen has got himself out of Max Mulder. PNMotorsport, who currently at the moment finds himself in P6 in this race, is on the slick tyre. I've got his and Dean Wasoki's. They're the only two streams I've got up on my screen next to me. And these two are playing two different strategies here. But the dry tyre of PN, I think, is an interesting choice. He's gone a little deep there. They are stone cold on his stream. They are not warm at all. There is no temperature.
Yeah. And he slided off a bit. So he doesn't have temperatures on, but it doesn't look like that bad, I think.
Well, he's got Bryn now right behind him. Bryn couldn't get 6th here. Sekulovic is with Bryn as well. So I'm watching Dean's. Dean's tyre at front left is yellow. It goes red through the middle part of the sector. And PN's tyres are light blue.
It's difficult, so... I think at this point the middle way, it does not exist, so... Maybe you have two choices, to go with the bare cold dry tyres or with the overheating wet tyres.
Well, Bryn's just got past PN, as did Sekulovic, as PN went off a little bit, so it's now Argent to try and get onto the back of PN. PN down to 8th at the moment, but hey, I'm sure PNMotorsport will still take this as a good result. Smithy's got Smokey Devil now in front of him, so that is job done. And I've noticed the gap out front, Ben, 1.2 seconds, Sooty Apex to Lucas Roth.
Yeah. Bentley looks a bit faster than the Porsche.
Yeah, it does indeed. We'll keep our eyes on this fight, as this is the closest battle on track. Daz did pit. DJ Philly's now got ahead of Daz. Now, I wonder if that was because Daz has gone dry tyres. Dean Wasoki's all over the back of Daz automatic at the moment. Daz is off. Did Daz pit for dries? Because PN is also
PN
off again.
Also.
Yeah, just notice that. PN is off. Dean's going to try and get past Daz automatic. Up the inside goes Dean in the penultimate corner. Good move from Dean Wasoki, that, to be fair for him. As PN's trying to stick to the back of Sekulovic, or was. Sorry, I believe Argent's got through. Yes, he has. Smokey Devil, next car there. Gap out front, though, 0.7 of a second. Lucas Roth to Sooty Apex at the moment, with 6.5 minutes left in this race.
So, I'm just checking. So, most of the field is on wets.
Yep. Oh, yes, you're checking by pressing drive. Here comes Sooty Apex. As I just look back at my screen, Sooty Apex side by side with Lucas Roth. They had a ding-dong season one of the very first race at Silverstone in the wet. No ding-dongs this time. Sooty leads from Lucas Roth. Keegs actually looks like he's got a bit of damage to the front left of it, to the front of his car, as Daz back in the pits. Has he put the slicks on and it hasn't worked?
Maybe, yeah. Let's say Argent.
Sorry, good move. Argent's just gone up the inside of Sekulovic, who ran deep. What tyre is Sekulovic on, or is that just his damage that's causing him problems? But Argent up ahead.
Sekulovic. I'll tell you in a minute. He's on dries. Sekulovic
He's on dries. Right, so Argent has passed him. Smokey Devil will be wanting to catch PN. Dean Wasoki now will be wanting to catch Phil. Phil's only 24 seconds behind Smithy at the minute. So interesting tyre strategies playing out in this race so far. And the drivers that have gone, the track is damp, let's get them slick tyres on because the wets are starting to get a little warm. It isn't really working, is it?
Yeah, dry is... it seems like that you cannot warm up dries enough to be good.
Yeah. Yeah, as PNMotorsport just noting has gone...
PN just went off.
Yeah. So it's not that the track's not working for the dries because it clearly has got enough grip, but it's in the braking zones that the slicks just don't have the grip to stop the car.
Yeah.
As Daz here back in the pits once again, what a nightmare race for him.
Yeah. So
that is probably going to be last place for Daz Automatic. That will be 16th place. That's a shame for him.
The commentator's curse strikes yet again.
Yet again. Indeed
I'm sorry,
it does. Right. What tyre is Max Mulder on? Because Max Mulder has dropped right off the back of Louis Allen. Is really slow. And Bryn is coming towards that sector 2 times. So we're going to get to see the gap towards Bryn. So what tyre is Max on at the moment?
Max, I'll tell you in a minute. He's on dries too.
Max is on dries too. Right, so this could be really crucial for Bryn to maybe get himself a top 5. Bryn and Max, don't forget, qualifying bans for the next race. Max Mulder actually has 2 qualifying bans next week as well as this week due to the fact of a retirement, and then he's reached the penalty point limit. So Daz in the pits, he's going to have to come back out. He's put the slicks on. And Max... Oh, what's the gap to Bryn? Where is Bryn? He's coming towards the start line. Max is coming round towards turn 3 and 4. Max obviously on his home circuit as well, being a Dutch driver on home soil.
Well, P5 is a good finish, I think.
Yeah, very good. Still a damp circuit. Bryn crosses the line. Bryn's 30 seconds behind. I don't think, without a mistake, I don't think Bryn's going to get there.
Like last season. So... In race 2 Pro,
yeah,
it was Da Silva who won the race with the 40-second gap. I was second.
Yeah, I think I was third.
Yeah.
Oh, PN wide at the last corner. Sorry, Ben. PN wide at the last corner. Smoky Devils through.
PN.
X fakes the next car to catch PNMotorsport. The dry tyres just haven't worked.
Sekulovic was off.
Oh, is he?
Sekulovic had a...
Oh, he is. Where's that? That's turn 1.
Yeah, it's turn 1.
So Smokey could catch Sekulovic here.
Yeah, because Sekulovic has damage again. Quite a lot, actually.
I think the problem for the dry tyres... The problem for the dry tyre runner is that they've gone that far into the race on dry tyres. They've just got to commit to the tyre now.
Yeah. And still, there's a problem that you cannot warm up those dry tyres enough.
Sooty Apex has pulled 6 seconds over Lucas Roth. He's got a big gap back to Hypertech. Hypertech 8 seconds clear of Louis Allen. Max Mulder dropping further back, 22 seconds. I think that said the gap was actually down 26 seconds to Bryn. And what sector have they just gone through? Sector 1 again. So within a lap, Bryn's brought it down 4 seconds. But we're coming towards the end of this race. Where's Sooty? Coming towards sector 2 now. Gap to Bryn and Max Mulder. What is it? Let's take a look. In fact, Bryn's at the start line. So what is the gap? That Bryn could have 2 more laps here. The gap's down to 24 seconds. So Bryn's coming, but he's just not coming quick enough.
Yeah, and there is no McLaren in the top 3, which is kind of surprising for me, to be honest.
Yeah, very surprising. Very surprising. Really is. Right, Smoky Devil gaining on Sekulovic, but Sekulovic we know he's on dry tyres. So the top 4 are all on wets. Max Mulder's on wets. Sooty's on the final lap of the race. We'll keep our eyes out for Graham to come towards the line. Smoky Devil's off final corner. In fact, Smoky Devil, wow, he's flying.
Ooh.
He's flew off. That could...
yeah, I can only see the dust.
That could be a... He's gone. Oh.
Oh no.
Like Argent last week.
Fail.
Yeah, definitely connection failure.
Yeah.
Definitely connection failure.
Oh, it's a shame.
He can get back. If he gets back in the lobby, what that will mean is he'll still score points depending on how far in front of Tibbs and Daz he was.
Yeah.
So Smokey, if you're listening to the stream, get back in the lobby as soon as possible.
But you have 28 seconds.
Yeah, true. Bryn's got the gap down to 20 seconds to Max, but has one and a bit more laps to do it. Sooty Apex coming towards the end of the lap now. Louis Allen, 5 seconds. Oh, he's back in. Is he back in?
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he's back in.
Yeah. P13.
And but he's going to have that 2-minute time wait. I think Dean will get past him here, so I think it will be P14 for Smokey.
Yeah.
Definitely a disconnection. That was, you saw his car take off.
Yeah,
So Dean
was.
Wasocki could get through. Sooty Apex, though, is going to come to the final corners. And he's going to become, as Daz lets Sooty through, Daz don't want to do another lap. Sooty's going to become a race winner once again. He's not won since Paul Ricard at the first 2 races of the season. But it's another wet race. It's going to be another win for the Bentley. It's going to be another win for Sooty Apex, who tries to get his championship back on course. And he does so. It's going to be Lucas Roth who's going to come home for a podium here tonight. Second place for the Porsche. Great result for him. Dean did get across the line ahead in P13 ahead of Smokey. So Smokey will be 14th place. And Hypertech.
P3 for Hypertech.
What a result for this man. Not been on the podium all season. Hypertech is going to cross the line for 3rd place. Great result for him. Louis Allen will get P4. Max Mulder. Sekulovic, I've just noticed, has finished in P8. Max Mulder then. Qualifying ban for the next race. He's being caught by the man who's also on a qualifying ban. And Bryn has just run out of time. The gap is down to 14 seconds. And for Max, it's going to be a P5. But hey, Bryn will take that, I'm sure. He will not want to sniff at that. PN's already crossed the line for 9th. DJ Phil's crossed the line for 11th. X-Fate has crossed the line for 10th. As Max Mulder crosses the line for P5, Smithy crosses it for 12th. Bryn, we await to get to the line now. And it is going to be P6 for Bryn. It is then going to be P7 for Argent. And then Tibbs just in front of Argent as well, who finishes his lap time. So that then is your first race results. What a race that was. We, though, are going to be back in a few moments' time. Make sure you go to the toilet, grab a drink, and come right back, because race 2 and qualifying 2 is right around the corner. We'll see you shortly.
Getting hype when I aim up, elevating that game up, stepping up to the competition. Only first place, yeah, that's how I'm living. I'm with it till they digging up my grave, eating all the things up on my plate. Game face when I step up into place. I was born and when I watched me elevate. I was born and when I watched me elevate. All in when I show up, whole place about to blow up. Superior to that competition. I'm in first place, yeah, that's how I'm living. I'm with it till they digging up my grave, eating all the things up on my plate. Game face when I step up into place. I was born and when I watched me elevate. Watch me elevate. getting hyped when I aim up. Elevating that game up. Stepping up to the competition. Only first place, and that's how I'm living. I'm winning till they digging up my grave. Eating all the things up on my plate. Game face when I step.
Welcome back then, ladies and gentlemen, to SimPlay Motorsport, here for the second race of the season. But first, we have to get qualifying underway and out the way, as Max Mulder and Bryn have a qualifying ban today. They cannot qualify, and it's X-Fake Silent who has come out the pits first of all to qualify. We are joined by Sutty and Bryn, by Sutty and Lucas Roth, sorry. And difference for these two now is we don't normally do a race one interview, but Sutty was adamant and insisted we did, and insisted we got Lucas Roth involved, so we have. But they've now got to do an interview while doing their outlap. So we will start quickly with Lucas Roth, as he's still in the pits. Keegs, that was an interesting race. You led for most of it, but made a mistake that cost you the win. P2, though, good result for the Porsche. Obviously, you're late in the season, so it's just about getting the track time, really. It's not hoping for anything, but wins and podiums are nice along the way. Better than the Jag? Much better. Race 2 then and qualifying 2. What can you do from wherever you're going to qualify? What's the goal for the second race? Oh, Keegs, wish you the best of luck. Go and get him. And we got your race winner, 3-time a race winner in Pro-Am, and yes, they all count, and in fact that is for Sutty Apex. Race win number... Where is it? It's race win number 15 overall, so he's now 2 behind Max Mulder and Andy in the all-time race winners list. And Sutty, a bit of a rain master, we can call you now, I reckon.
Oh. No, I really enjoyed it. No, it was a good race. I want to get Keegs in, because chatting to Keegs and this sort of thing for a while, it's always good to race Keegs.
Always good.
Silverstone, as I've heard you mention.
Yeah, I did mention it. It's always good to race Keegs, as you say, but you didn't have it all your own way.
No, it was hard going through the field, to be fair. There's people making mistakes. A few times it was questionable. Once I see if I get through, I see if I get the gap on Keegs, get it down, and then Keegs see if I get 7 seconds at me on the pits. I still haven't managed to nail me pit stops yet. Yeah. At first I thought, because the gap was coming down that much, he was maybe on slicks, but he said he had a damage, unfortunately, hit the wall.
Race 2, you're currently in the qualifying session at the moment. We're all watching you. You was the master of the Sutty Send It, then the master of the Sutty Safety, now the master of the wet races, it seems to be at the moment.
The Bentley just seems really, really good in the wet races. It seems to be nice and stable. You run quite a high wing and it does understeer quite a bit. It seems to cut to the left, but it's manageable through the lap. You get the temps back down. Good.
What can you do in race 2, buddy?
I'm not sure. Like, you know, qualifying's not really my strong point. Strong point's normally in the race. Just try and stay out of trouble and try and get positions.
Well, we wish you the best luck, Sutty. Go and get them. And Ben, Sutty said there that qualifying's not his strong point. He's only had 8 pole positions in his 168 races he's done. So that's 160 races without pole position. So he's really got to now try and nail this lap. You'll be able to hear the gear shifts of Sutty's changing it as he's driving through. He's still on his fast lap, so we will let Sutty stay in the comms box while he is qualifying. Obviously, Bryn and Max can't do a qualifying lap. Ben, what are we expecting to see? Who is your tip for pole position?
It's a hard choice. Like, Daz seemed to be quick, but also Sutty now.
Daz, yeah.
44. So, maybe Daz or Sutty, I think. It's going to down. It will going down between them.
Smokey was quick in the practice session as well, if I remember. So
yeah.
Maybe keep our eyes on Smokey. Max Mulder is out on track here. Now, Max is on a qualifying ban. So, PN goes third fastest. Hypertech's out on the track at the moment. Sutty now manages to leave the party as he's back into the pit lane. So that's Good for Sutty. He won't be distracted by mine and yours commentating.
Max shouldn't be out.
No, Max shouldn't be out at all, and it is posted in the Pro event. In the Pro-Am event, he has been tagged in it.
Oh, and also, I know you reacted it, but I think Kix forgot to like enable the voice sharing. Yeah. Next time.
Yeah, next time. X-Fate's just gone provisional pole at the moment. Next car on a flying lap is Tibbs. So let's keep our eye on Tibbs, who's currently 4/10 off the pace at the moment. He's the next car on a valid lap. But Max Mulder, we'll have to keep our eyes on him. He needs to return to the pit lane here, because he is not meant to be qualifying in this session. And I messaged Cybertech in the break. I said, I bet you're buzzing. He went, man, yeah, that was a good race. I just tried to keep it steady and clean. I knew I had the pace there. I said it to you before, just had bad luck. Watch me get a poor result second race now. Well, we hope he doesn't get a poor result. He's currently P4 on the track. Here comes Tibbs to set another lap time in qualifying. Will he improve his time? He does. He goes P2 at the moment. DJ Phil next to come to the line as well on a valid lap time. This time around, will he be able to get across the line? He does. He goes P5. It's his teammate that's next to get a lap in. No, it's not. He's gone wide and off. So the next one is Smithy.
Yeah. I didn't expect X-Fate to be up there, so great job for him.
Yeah. Good pace from him at the minute. Track's got wetter though. We haven't said this. Track has got wetter.
Yeah, it is, because they are like a second slower, maybe two. So, of course, the pace is dropped back.
Yeah.
So drop back.
It has indeed. So Max Mulder out on the track. Smithy crosses the line, puts a lap time on the board. Car 35. That is Daz Automatic, who was quick earlier. He's quick now. He's gone pole by a 10th here. Next up will be X-Fate. Doesn't improve. Then it's Dean Wasocki. What can he do here? Gets a lap time on the board. No, he doesn't. Sutty Apex doesn't improve either. Next car is car 12. That is Lucas Roth. Not hoping for a lot in qualifying, he said. So what's the pace he can get? Goes up to P5. Sekulovic on an invalid lap. Next car to line is number 95 of Louis Allen. What will he do? He only goes P6. We've got Argent coming through the final corner as well, as Max Mulder still stationary on the track, still moving on the track, and he's on a valid lap time at the moment.
I'm afraid he's about to set a lap time.
Yeah, that'll be.
Shouldn't do.
No, that will surely be a penalty. Argent then. Argent's got. Wow!
Well, Max just jumped over the curb.
Evening to Thomas Marshall. Not good to see here that you don't feel well, buddy. I hope you feel better soon. As Argent is flying at the moment. He's 1 second quicker. Max Mulder doesn't set a lap time here. Hopefully DJ Phil goes P8. Next car to set a lap will be Max. And he is going to set a lap time here.
Well.
And goes P9.
For P9. Yeah, he made a mistake. But he shouldn't be in there.
So that is that one noted down, that Max Mulder has qualified. Smoky Devil's now gone pole by 0.3 of a second, so I don't know what's happening out there to the circuit.
42.
But the track seems to be getting quicker. It is a 42.
Yeah.
What will Daz do now? Daz is at the final corner. The track is getting quicker, it seems, out there. Ben, as Daz to the line, doesn't improve. What about X-Fate? Does he improve? No, nothing from him.
He is.
Next car is... Oh, he did, sorry. Apologies.
He did, but
yeah.
P2.
Next car is Sekulovic.
Not as quick as Smokey.
Sekulovic to the line, goes P5. Yeah, Louis Allen moves up to P4. Lucas Roth still 9th as he crossed the line. Sorry, he's just typed something in the admin chat. DJ Phil will be next to the line.
And Max is still out on track.
Right then, Daz in the pits, Argent's in the pits, Phil to the line. DJ Phil doesn't improve. Next car is Tibbs to the line. Tibbs,
P4.
P4. Good lap time from Tibbs then. Max is 11th at the moment, and in fact, Max comes through turns 1 and is on a lap time. Next car will be car 54. That is X-Fate, who's currently 2/10 off the pole time at the moment. X-Fate to the line now, doesn't find any more time.
Improve.
Sooty Apex next up. He's only 8th fastest at the minute. 1.7 seconds he needs to find. He comes to the line now and he goes P4, so he finds a bit more time. Sekulovic is only 8th fastest. What will he find? He moves up to P5. Lucas Roth now, 9th fastest, stays 9th. Louis Allen moves up to P6. And the next car to set another lap time will be Max Mulder once again.
Well, so the top 7 is under a second. It's really nice to see these close gaps yet again.
Yeah. 1.1 to the top 8 as well, so it's pretty close all around at the moment. And you have to say it's a fantastically close qualifying. Max Mulder shouldn't be qualifying, but he's into the final sector. He's the next car in a valid lap. We've got to commentate on it, haven't we? We've got to mention it because even though he shouldn't be there, he's going to be there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh. Who? So
he's next. Then it's Dean Wasocki as Max goes P8. So Dean Wasocki next up.
That's Dean.
Looked a little unstable tonight as Dean. As he's so twitchy. Even in a straight line, he just looks twitchy. But goes P13, does Dean at the minute. Don't get why, he's very twitchy on the wheel. Hypertech, podium man.
Yeah.
Currently P12 at the moment, not having the best of qualifying runs.
Yeah, Argent is up there in P3.
Yeah, he has gone P3.
It's
Didn't
really good
see
for him.
when he did that. Tibbs has come onto a valid lap. So next driver is car 13 of Sooty Apex then. So what is Sooty Apex going to do here? X-Fate in the pits, Argent in the pits, Louis Allen in the pits, as is Max, as is Phil, as is PN Smithy. Bryn obviously stayed there from the start. Sooty goes second. Sekulovic goes 5th. Lucas Roth goes, improves, but stays 10th. Next car 43. That is Smokey. As Sooty's gone back to the pits, he can get out for one more lap.
Smokey's still up there. Oh, I thought he set P1 time for a moment. But he can improve.
Well, Smokey's going to about to make me eat my words here. I said at the start of the programme, his BMW didn't look great in the wet at Paul Ricard, and he's about to take pole position.
It didn't.
Doesn't improve there though, Ben.
Yeah, but he's still up there in P1.
Louis Allen, Phil, PN, Smithy, Sooty and X-Fate all in the pit lane. 2 minutes left. They can get out to get one more lap in. Sooty surely is going to try and get one more run in here. Track is wetter. Rain has come down a little heavier. Daz stays 9th, so no improvement. Next car, Dean Wasocki again. 1.4 seconds. He finds himself on the back of Hypertech here. What's his lap time going to be? He crosses the line. He finds 6/10 of a second. If he can stop that car from being so twitchy, he might find a little more time, but he's now a little closer. Next car is car 21 of Hypertech. Any improvement for him? He does. He improves. He goes ahead of DJ Phil. It's Tibbs to the line now, or as PN called him on Sunday night, Agent Tibbles. And he stays P7. Who's next? Sekulovic. We've not seen the best of Sekulovic tonight.
Yeah. Well, he's only 5/10 from pole position.
Yeah.
So
he's not. Wow! He's done the same lap.
What?
He's done the exact same lap as Smokey Devil.
Oh, wow! Oh. I have to screenshot this.
That is incredible from Sekulovic. He has done the identical lap as Smokey Devil. Here comes Argent. He only needs 3 attempts to take pole position. What will Argent do? No improvement. Next up, 43. That, car 43, is Smokey Devil.
So,
who can't improve. Wow, what a lap time from Sekulovic.
So, Sekulovic is faster in sector 1 and 3.
Right. But Smokey's got the middle sector.
There, Yeah, Smokey's got the middle sector and...
Right then, top 8, covered by 0.8 of a second. What can Daz do here? Can he get under that second mark? He's going to cross the line now. He can, but only improved to 0.9 off the back. Car 12, I think that's Lucas Roth, who's gone back to the pits. Dean Wasocki next around to complete one more lap. In fact, he's very twitchy, and he comes into the pits. So Dean will not finish his final run. But car 21 of Hypertech will, who's gone ahead of DJ Phil. He's got Agent Tibbles just behind him, who's 0.8 off the pole. Hypertech 2.2 seconds off the pole, doesn't improve. Tibbs goes within half a second, but stays where he is. Sekulovic versus Smokey. Argent still out there as well, as is Daz. And it's Smokey's done. Smokey's gone back to the pits. It's Sekulovic to try and take pole here. Sekulovic to the line. Doesn't do it. He doesn't do it. So it's Argent now that can ruin the party.
Zero.
Wow, what a lap time.
P1 and 2.
Absolutely fantastic. That is brilliant.
It's fantastic.
That is brilliant.
My God. I think it never happened before.
No, never happened. Here comes
it's
Argent.
The first time. It's the first
Argent
time.
to the line. Stays P5. Max Mulder shouldn't be out there, but what's his lap time going to be either way? So it's a battle between Smokey Devil and between...
Smokey is on
Max goes 5th. Max goes 5th. So Daz Automatic, the last man to do a qualifying lap. Will Smokey get the extra point for pole? Will Smokey give BMW his first pole since Andy back on Project Cars 2 in the Pro? Here comes Dazzo. Needs just over a second. Doesn't improve. Smokey Devil will be on pole with the exact identical lap as Sekulovic. What a qualifying that is.
I think it's the best qualifying I ever witnessed.
Absolute madness. Absolute madness.
Only half a second in the top 8.
Yeah, a second to the top 9. Well, I can't believe that. Either way, we have to pick a race 2 winner. Ben, who are you going with?
It's a difficult choice again. But I have to go with Sekulovic.
I'm actually going to go Sooty again.
Or Sooty?
Yeah, I've got the feeling Sooty's got some good pace.
Chance, yeah.
Yeah, real big chance.
But of course, that's his Smokey. Wow.
Did you get a screenshot of that?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you're going to have to send me that on Discord so I can just put that in.
I will. I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
Yeah, that's going down. I might actually put that image on my highlights. I might have to get that in the highlights from the stream actually next week when we do them. But what a qualifying! What a qualifying!
It was like I never saw two divers, especially on pole position, equal.
Yeah, absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. It was fantastic. What a lap. Right. Don't forget, if you like what you see here and you want to see more of people getting the exact same time on pole position, hit that thumbs up button and hit the bell to be notified when we are live. Tomorrow night, Dan Davis, PNMotorsport, 8 PM UK time will be live for the Pro Action. And Sunday night, myself and PN will be back live for the Porsche Carrera Cup. Next Tuesday, myself and Fiore will be live for Silverstone in the Am League, and myself and a special guest, Dan Davis, will be live next Wednesday for Silverstone as well. Ben will be back at Laguna Seca. As we get going here then, Smokey Dowell on pole. Sekulovic is Ben's tip, mine is Sooty. But it's Sekulovic, it's Smokey, Sekulovic, Sooty. The three S's at the top of the standings. BMW, McLaren, Bentley, Mercedes, 4 manufacturers in the top 4 driver seats. Right. 179 drivers' points left up for grabs. AKA Fix, with not being here tonight, cannot win the championship now. He is mathematically out of it. Keegs, due to his result can still technically win the championship. But it will be all over for him if he doesn't outscore Louis Allen in this race. So it's Louis Allen who leads away, 21 points clear of Tibbs, 37 clear of Sekulovic. Noza still in P4 with Smokey Devil 5th. Sutty 2 points behind Smokey in P6. Argent in 7th place, 11 clear of Bryn, who's jumped ahead of Daz in the leaderboard at the moment. Daz 3 points ahead of PN, who's only 5 points clear of Hypertech so far with X-Fate Silent P12. DJ Phil 13th. Smithy is 14th with Max Mulder up to 15th place. And Monkey Boy P16. Max Mulder, 15th place there. Is that right? Yep, 17 points. Yep, that's about right. Apologies. That's my fault on my end. Monkey Boy down 16th. Then Mordecai in 17th place. Keegs 18th. AKFX 19th. And Dean Wusocki bringing up the rear. Constructors' Championship. 340 points left up for grabs. And it's Titan Oro Racing. 77 points clear of the SRL. Pink McLaren Racing. Dynaco Racing P3 with East and West 4th. Back to front 5th. MBR 6th. And that is it. All 6 can still win that Constructors' Championship at the moment. So still all to play for there. Manufacturers' Championship then. Well, it looks a little like this. It's McLaren who's already won it. Bentley are pretty close to securing 2nd place at the moment. With Ferrari in 3rd place. Porsche are in 4th with Lexus P5. Aston Martin 5th, Honda 7th. Aston Martin 6th, Honda 7th. Audi in 8th with BMW 9th, Mercedes 10th, Nissan 11th, Oretia, Lamborghini, and then the Jaguar. And in terms of car stats, it was another pole position for BMW. It's first of the season. It's now 1 pole position behind the Porsche on 38. The win for the Bentley, though, gives Bentley its 28th win, and it also gives Bentley its 67th podium here. And we aren't far from... the Lexus obviously made its 50th race start in race 1, thanks to Bryn. So good to see there. So then, Sekulovic for Ben. Sutty for me. We are about to go green here, and it's going to be a fantastic race too once again, Ben. We are green and go, though. It is going all the way down to turn 1. Let's see who gets the best run. Sutty's having a look. Smoky Devil trying to go through. The middle is Sutty Apex on Sekulovic. And Sutty and Sekulovic tap at turn 1. And that gives Sutty a bit of momentum through. Louis Allen's very wide in the background. Dean Wusocki's also off in the background. And Sutty on the inside of Sekulovic bounces on the curb a little bit. They still don't bang doors. And Sekulovic now gets the job back up the inside. And Sutty has to leave that one for the time being. X-Fate is being swamped down front, so it's Smokey, Sekulovic, Sutty, your top 3, as they all come down towards big yellow flags at turn 1. Not sure what's happening.
Yes, something happened at the start, at the back of the grid. Not sure what.
Yeah, it's Dean and Hypertech that have stopped a little further down. So it's Smokey who leads from Sekulovic, then Sutty, Tibbs up to 4th, Argent 5th, Lucas Roth 6th, Louis 7th, Phil is in 8th, Smithy 9th. He's got Max Mulder just going up the inside of him in 10th. X-Fate's 11th, as Bryn's 12th, PN's 13th, Daz 14th. Again, a lap 1 incident. Then it's Hypertech and Dean Wusocki bringing up the rear. But at the minute, it's Sekulovic who's now pulled away from Sutty Apex a little bit.
Yes. So... Sekulovic had a kind of an aggressive launch, actually.
Oh! Argent's just lunged on Tibbs. Great move there from Argent in the background. He's got it done.
Ah. So he's not up to P4.
Now up to P4. And Agent Tibbles coming undone by Lucas Roth here a little bit. Lucas Roth right on the back of him. And this is going to be interesting to see. I think Tibbs may have some rear end damage on his diffuser. It looks like it's had a little bump or two. But it's Smokey from Sekulovic out front. And is Sekulovic going to look for a move? He pulls to the inside line now. Smokey hasn't defended it. But Sekulovic cannot get it done. And Smokey actually went a little deep of his own accord at the exit of turn 1. Manages to stay in front. Sekulovic going to try and do what Sutty did. He can't get it done though. Oh, Sutty a little wiggle behind. This could invite Argent through. No, it doesn't. Not close enough. Lucas Roth has now just lost out to Louis Allen. Oh, he's bounced over the curbs, and that's going to put DJ Phil and Max Mulder through. And X-Fate Silent. No, he didn't get past. Bryn on the back of Smithy at the moment then. It's all happening again early in this race.
And also Argent is already at the back of Sutty.
Yeah, Sutty's had a little wobble somewhere because he's dropped right off the back of Sekulovic. Dean's in the pits. So Dean Wusocki in as the track is still wet, and Argent now has this chance. to get ahead of Arjun. Sadine in the pits.
When Louis Allen having a fight with Max.
Yeah, they're side by side coming down towards the final part of the circuit. Louis got that inside line. Max Mulder has got past the Honda, who's later on the brakes. Louis Allen has been overtaken now. DJ Phil in the background's got Lucas Roth behind him with X-Fate right up the rear wing as well. Smithy has Bryn behind him. So Smithy and Bryn doing all sorts here. And Bryn looking to get going at the moment so far. He's got to make his way up the order. PN and Daz, former teammates. Daz giving PN a flash of lights. Hypertech still going, but Dean now a lap down at the minute. And Smokey Devil side by side with Sekulovic. Up the inside at turn 1. No, he can't, but Argent's going to look up the inside of Sooty Apex at turn 1. And Argent is up into P3. Sekulovic has lost out, though, to Smokey around the outside.
And DJ Phil is up to P8. And he started to create a little trolley train.
Yeah, he's got... X-Fate's got ahead of Lucas Roth somewhere, so I don't know where, but he has.
Yeah.
Bryn's cleared Smithy now, and Daz has got past PM. But it's Smokey, Sekulovic, Argent, then Sooty Apex. Argent flying at the start of this race, Ben.
Yeah. So, yeah, he got past Sooty. So... And he's now almost at the back of Sekulovic. He's under a second. Wow.
Wow, indeed. So here comes Argent then as he comes through the circuit. He's really on the back of Sekulovic. He's really dropped Sooty here. So Argent absolutely motoring along at the moment, and he's really trying to get on the back of these cars. You've got Max ahead of Tibbs. Tibbs looks like he's got damage to the rear of that car. X-Fate! Oh, X-Fate! We just got on board him and he was sideways. Lucas Ross put him the right way. And is Lucas letting X-Fate go? And he's got to be careful here because they've got Bryn, who's looking down the middle. X-Fate's through. Bryn's going to try and follow through as well. And Bryn, opportunistic move up the inside of Lucas Roth. Lucas has gone wide. X-Fate's gone deep.
So has X-Fate.
Oh, yeah, it just all got a little messy there. Right.
Yeah, it is.
Out the final corner. It is Smokey 6/10 clear of Sekulovic. 8/10 clear of Sekulovic.
Right.
Sekulovic 6/10 clear of Argent. Argent 6/10 clear of Sooty. They're all coming to turn 1. Nothing happening there. What about X-Fate and Bryn down the order? Oh, Smithy's in the wall in the background.
So something should happen between Lucas and X-Fate because they were so like DJ Free pulled away.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it has. Daz has got himself onto the back of Smithy here. So Daz looking to try and get past Smithy. When it rains, it pours for Daz. He can't buy a good result at the minute. And he's trying to get on the back of Smithy as Lucas Roth, X-Fate and Bryn still together in the top 4. Smokey, Sekulovic, Argent and Sooty all just gaggling up, spacing out a little bit. And it's Sooty who's actually gaining onto the back of Argent once again now. So Ari's tyres started to come to him. As I say that, Argent's got a lot closer to Sekulovic in these last 2 corners.
Yeah, so like in the qualifying, Smokey looks a bit faster in the middle sector.
Yeah.
But then he loses time in sector 1 and 3.
And I wonder where Argent is gaining his time over Sekulovic and Smokey, because at stages Argent really catches and then he seems to lose out. Sekulovic bounces over the curb. That's going to lost him a little bit of momentum. Luckily enough, it's the chicane, so it doesn't matter too much. The wetter conditions seem to be playing a little bit more havoc here with these drivers. It does seem to be a bit more greasy. Argent now trying to use that Bentley grunt to get on the back of him. Sooty a little wiggly in the background, can't do the best. The top 4 have cleared the others because Max Mulder is nowhere near them.
And of course Argent has to be careful because like if Sekulovic and Smokey starts fighting, he could be the lucky 3rd one. Oh,
what's happened to Tibbs? He's behind Lucas Roth and he's got Bryn right on the back of him now. So DJ Phil, Louis Allen and X-Fate and Lucas Roth have all got past him. That's PN bouncing off the wall in the background. Bryn up the inside of Tibbs. And Bryn gets that one done up the inside. Tibbs going to try and hang it around the outside. Good move from Bryn, that. Great move. Bryn from the back of the grid now up into P10. PN bounced off the wall. Daz has got ahead of him. Smithy is ahead of both. So I don't know what's happened to Daz, actually. He's lost a lot of time to Smithy. And Hypertech down in 15th place at the moment. But out front, Still Smokey from Zakulovic from Argent. And Sutty's actually started to fall off the back of this pack at the moment.
Yeah. So it's like the top three who started to who will have the fight for the lead.
Looks that way at the moment. Smokey Devil starts to open up a bit. Starts to have to look in his rearview mirror. Zakulovic is coming at him, and you've got Argent not a million miles away. But we've dropped Sutty out of this four-way fight. It's now a three-way fight. And are we trying to start... Zakulovic and Smokey now slowly trying to lose Argent. Well, Zakulovic passed off the curb. Smokey Devil had a wiggle on the exit curb. Well, Argent got closer to Zakulovic, and Zakulovic has got a little closer to Smokey Devil as they come through the penultimate and final corner. This will be to start lap 5. Pit window will be opening within the next minute and 20 seconds, but it's really close between the top 3 out front. Look, Sutty in the background. Max Mulder getting closer to Sutty. Argent's pulled out to have a look on Zakulovic. Can't dive up the inside, though. No way he was close enough to make that move. And they're all pretty much pushing each other around the circuit at the minute.
And the tactical fight will be also interesting, so I am curious who will pull the trigger first.
Bryn side by side with Lucas Roth, and Bryn now moves up the inside of Lucas Roth, and Bryn moves himself into the top 10, and Daz has got even more damage. He's back in the pits. He could have done one more lap to pit in the pit window, but Daz is now back in. No.
It's not an evening for Daz.
When it rains, it pours. Dean's about to unlap himself from Daz as well. So Dean and Daz will be on the same lap as Argent has a little wiggle middle sector there. And now it's between Smokey and Zakulovic as they're right behind each other. Argent just maybe trying to push a little too hard. He's gapped Sutty. As Lucas Roth, it says on the time screen, he's got back ahead of Bryn then. But we'll stay with this fight for the moment on the track for the race lead. It's Smokey from Zakulovic, with Argent still not a million miles away in the background, but they really have dropped Sutty apex here.
Yeah, yes, indeed. But who knows what happens, so... And the pit window is now open, so...
Yeah, this is going to be interesting.
Let's see who pits first.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see who dives into the pits. Will any of these three come in? Will Sutty think of maybe undercutting here? There's 19 minutes left of the race. It doesn't look like the track is going to dry as much as it did in race 1. Track conditions still wet. And do any of these three blink first? Sure. Yeah, they all top 3 stay out. Sutty is going to pit. So clearly going for the undercut. Max stays out. What does Louis Allen think of doing? So Daz has got to pit again. Louis Allen now comes in. DJ Phil stays out. X-Fate will stay out as well. And then Lucas Roth and Bryn are going to pit. Oh, this could be close. Careful, Bryn. He manages to not rear-end Lucas Roth. Tibbs stays out. Pian, I imagine, will pit as well.
And this will be an interesting one for Sutty. So, if he can have a clear track ahead of him, he maybe can jump 3 of the top 3.
Possibly so. Well,
he has a chance for it.
Hypertech stays out.
They're busy fighting.
Hypertech stays out. Smithy pits. Daz pits. Daz has already been in the pits with his damage, and Dean Wasaki is in the pits as well. Right. So then, all the drivers are in. Louis Allen's first one. Sutty's first one out. Sorry, Louis Allen is now away. So Sutty going for that undercut. Well, where's Smokey Devil? Here. Argent's right on the back of the front 3 again, can I just say. He's really got close here. As Bryn's jumped Lucas Roth in the pit. So here comes Bryn and Lucas Roth. They're both out cleanly as well. Good to see from them. Smokey and Sutty and Zakulovic. Smokey and Zakulovic and Argent all into the final corner. Zakulovic and Argent, they're going to... Oh, no, Argent stays out. He was going to box. And then saw Zakulovic pit. And he's now going to stay out. Smithy's not changed his tyres.
No. That's not good. And Daz sent a picture. He's low on fuel. He's
low on fuel, so I've just told him what to do on the Discord to return to the pits and then come back out. Right, X-Fate is also pitted. We're just going to see if PN pits. Now, Kieran Argent's made a mistake. Just saw a little yellow flag on Kieran Argent. Smokey Devil is now way gone. Max is into third. Maybe Kieran should have come into the pit lane then. As PM boxers, what does Hypertech do? He's going to stay out. But Argent's job of trying to catch Smokey and stay on this podium has just gone horribly wrong.
Yeah.
The question now is...
Suti has a chance.
Yeah, Sekulovic is just leaving the pits. And Suti's coming out the final corner. This could be a close one. Sekulovic off the limiter now. It's not going to be as close as I thought. Sekulovic is long gone ahead of Suti Apex. So job done there.
Yeah. I'm curious what will happen with Suti and the top 3 fight.
Yeah, it's been a shame.
It will be close.
Oh, stop-go penalty for X-Fate.
X-Fate. Wow.
Speeding in the pit lane, stop-go penalty.
Oh no. The stop-go is a bit harsh.
Ben, do you think Argent should have pitted? Because he's clearly made that mistake. He's now cost himself possibly a chance on the podium. He should have pitted.
Yeah, he should, but I think he went for the opposite to Sekulovic, so
yeah,
he tried.
Well, Max Mulder's going to come into the pits. Like, surely Argent now he's going to think, right, I've got to box.
Yes.
Smithy's in to do his pit stop and to do his tyre change. Argent is now going to come in. Dean Wasocki carries on his way. He's already pitted, as we know. So Smokey stays out. DJ Phil stays out. Exit Tibbs is going to pit. Hypertech at the final sector. Sekulovic then. 5 seconds clear is Suti Apex at the moment. X-Fate silent, we know, has a stop-go penalty. So that'll be one to possibly try and catch him. With Smithy having to pit twice, Dean could possibly get on the back of Smithy here. So Smithy in the pits. Dean Wasocki's not close enough yet. But Dean could also try and possibly catch X-Fate silent here, who's got Bryn right on the back of him. And if I was X-Fate, I'd be letting Bryn go. Instead of fighting him and losing time, I'd be letting Bryn take an early exit so that you don't get caught up. In fact, Bryn looks like he's going to fight for a move. X-Fate's gone a little deep. Runs all over the curbs. Bryn's going to try and tuck underneath. Can't get it done. And he has got it done now.
Again.
Oh no, what's happened to Sekulovic?
In the pits again.
So Smokey Devil, so Suti Apex is now going to go up onto the podium.
Yeah.
Max is out the pits.
On the dry tires.
Oh no, on the dries. Argent's
yes.
coming out the pits.
He put the dries on.
Tibbs is out the pits. So look at how much. Indeed, look at how much Argent has lost to Max Mulder. So X-Fate in.
Pulls out of the fight.
I tell you what, Bryn's now on the back of Tibbs here. He's now ahead of Sekulovic. Bryn's now on the back of Tibbs for what would be P8, I do believe. So interesting to see Sekulovic still in the pits. X-Fate in for his stop-go penalty. Daz has got to come round and back in. Smokey Devil now has an easy pit stop from the race lead because his closest challenger is Suti Apex. And he is only at the bottom end of the circuit. So let's see Smokey Devil compared to the others. Sekulovic still in the pits. He's leaving now. So Sekulovic back out. Now then, Dean to Smithy. There's no gap there at the moment. That's because Smithy's well in front of Dean. But Dean will now be on the same lap as well as X-Fate at the moment. So Smokey Devil in the pits. Where's Suti Apex? He's coming into the final couple of corners. Stop-go cleared for X-Fate.
Maybe Suti will take the lead. He has a chance to take the lead.
Smokey's about halfway down the pit. I think you're right here. I think Smokey's gone too long. I think Smokey's gone too long. He's moving now.
Oh, the Smokey started.
He's moving now. Where's Suti Apex? Suti's going to pass him. Suti's in the lead of the race. You'll see the Bentley just go past the bottom of your screen. Close. And Suti Apex has pulled an absolute masterclass here. Hypertech is in. Daz is in again. Ben, great call from you there. Suti leads the race.
Nice to see the undercut working.
As Bryn's going to look up the inside of exit Tibbs here into turn one. And Bryn, job done. He's gone a little deep, but he can possibly recover that. And Tibbs, though, tucks back underneath.
X-Fate was stationary for quite a long time, and he lost it.
Hopefully he's back going, as Bryn and Tibbs having a good little battle here. Big damage. Oh, yeah.
Kinda.
Bonnet lifted. Yeah. And Smithy's only 29 seconds behind.
Yeah. He lost it again.
Right, so X-Fate.
Oh, he took out Smokey.
Oh, he hasn't. Oh, he hasn't. No. He's got even more damage. And Smoky Devil has now been caught up in this. So there's Max Mulder. Smithy's now about to gain on X-Fate here. X-Fate really struggling, so Smithy gets through. And Dean Wasoki's now on the same lap as the pair of them. Back to Tibbs and Bryn, though, having a fantastic fight at the minute. Bryn trying to get past this McLaren. They've got Argent not far up the road from them. Bryn's had a good night here. And the chatter voted for Sooty Apex to win this race. Tell you what, he's had a blinder. But this puts Max on the podium at the moment. And it could put, with Smokey's damage possibly to the car, could put Louis Allen on the podium. DJ Phil, the last man in the pits. Sooty will take the lead. Smokey will take P2. Max will take P3 because they are so close together. But Bryn and Tibbs still continue their fantastic fight. Has Sooty here, if Sooty can make the last 4 races, has Sooty put his name in, even though he's a long way behind, to possibly be back in this championship fight? There is X-Fate, who is returning to the pit, so that'll be another place for Dean and potentially for Daz. Can Bryn get up the inside of Exit Tibbs? He's going to look later on the brakes. Nope, can't get it done. He doesn't get it. He thinks better of that one. Doesn't want to make contact, but they now have DJ Phil just in front of him. So it is Sooty who leads from Smoky Devil and Max Mulder. Louis Allen currently in P4 when he gets through the next sector time. As there he goes. Argent currently running in P6. He's way behind Louis Allen at the moment, I do believe. In fact, what's the gap? It's only 5 seconds, sorry, so it's not what it was. Then it is Agent Tibbles and Bryn. In fact, sorry, DJ Phil, Agent Tibbles and Bryn, and it's DJ Phil now who's got to be the man who's being hunted down. Bryn can clearly see that Tibbs is going to attack Phil here, and Bryn's just backed off a little bit, it looks like, because Tibbs found that extra pace to get forward. Or Dean Wasoki is coming down the start straight, and he's going to pass X-Fate then. In fact, he's already passed him because the dots on the map show car 32 going through turn 1. And Bryn looking all over the back of Exit Tibbs, but Tibbs going to look a long way around DJ Phil. Can't get it done there. Phil becoming a little bit of a nuisance here. He's P6 at the moment. This is for 6th, 7th and 8th. Pit window's closed. Everybody is pitted. And here comes Tibbs up the inside of DJ Phil. Will he get it done? DJ Phil says no. Bryn trying to look around the outside as well. Good battle this, Ben.
Yeah, it is.
6th, 7th and 8th. Good points on offer for this position.
Yeah. And good points for DJ Phil too.
Yeah, very good points for DJ
If you
Phil.
can keep P6.
Where is Lucas Roth? He's not yet at Sector 2, and he's got Hypertech and Sekulovic trying to catch him. So Lucas Roth not had the pace in race 2. In fact, Hypertech's got past Lucas Roth. Here comes Tibbs now, though. He's going to look to that inside line on DJ Phil into turn 1. Can't get it done. Tucks back in behind, in between DJ Phil and Bryn. And a good little fight. Bryn must be able to paint us a pretty picture of the back of that McLaren tonight, because he's been staring at it for quite some time in this race. Back to the front, though. Max Mulder is gaining on the back of Smoky Devil. You have to feel that that damage for Smoky is really starting to hurt him.
Yeah, really unfortunate for Smoky.
X-Fate still in the pit, so this could give Daz a position here. As Lucas Ross lost out to Sekulovic, who's going to look up the inside of Hypertech into turn 1. Sekulovic now P9, so Hypertech has gone from 50th place. He's now running P10, so it's not gone too bad for him. Back to Bryn, Tibbs and DJ Phil. These three still having a good squabble, but it's still Phil who's coming out on top over the two of these.
Yeah. So of course DJ Phil started to gather a little bit of a train.
I've been impressed with Bryn these recent weeks. Since Brands Hatch, Bryn has looked really quick and really had some good pace.
I agree. Let's see if he tries to overtake. He's a bit far away.
He's been sensible. Oh, DJ Phil's gone deep.
Oh, DJ Phil went fed.
And this could give Tibbs the chance to look. Bryn's also there, so through the next 2 corners, Tibbs is going to have a look at this one. Is he going to look up the inside? No, he's not. That gives Bryn a bit of free room to brake. DJ Phil now under some immense pressure from Tibbs. They've got Bryn with them as well. Tibbs pretty much pushing Phil through the final corner. Bryn still with them. The rain's going to intensify over the next 30 minutes. The race will be done by then. Here comes Tibbs. Here comes Bryn. They're all going to pull out on each other. Tibbs looks to the inside of DJ Phil. Bryn doesn't know which way to go. And Tibbs still can't get the move done.
DJ Phil was later on the brakes, but... ooh, they almost touched.
This is a great fight at the moment. They've got Sekulovic at the final corner, so he's well in front of Sekulovic. And I'll tell you what, X-Fate's been in the pits for a while now, so Daz now will get an extra position here.
Max went off. Max went off.
Oh yeah, still off.
He went off a bit.
That'll allow Louis Allen and Argent to catch back up. Bryn just cannot find a way through. Tibbs can't find a way through. DJ Phil doing an amazing job. In fact, all three of these putting on a real good show. Great bit of racing from these three Pro-Am drivers. Daz has now passed X-Fate. X-Fate needs to get back out on track if he is to score points in this race. And Tibbs, what I like about this battle, Ben, here is these three, yes, they've made their own little mistakes, but they've not made any contact.
Yeah, so it's pretty green. And maybe DJ Phil pulled away a bit.
So X-Fate's still in the pits at the moment. Phil gaps Tibbs a little bit. Bryn's going to have a look on Tibbs. I think Phil's gone straight on. Yes, he has. He's missed the corner. He gets back on track now. And Phil's struggled there a couple of times now. Is Tibbs going to have a look into the left-hander? No, he's not, because Phil once again closes the door. Although he's gone a little deep as DJ Phil. Now Bryn's going to come through, as well as Agent Tibbles. And that is 2 positions lost for DJ Phil. Now Bryn can once again attack the back of Tibbs into turn 1. DJ Phil still there, though. He's going to have a look to attack.
Come back. I think he can come back.
Tibbs defends. Bryn around the outside. Bryn's got him done.
Bryn around the outside.
Can he keep it together? He's gone deep. Oh, he's lost it back again. Good little fight, this. Yeah. Fantastic racing between all three of these drivers.
Yeah.
Argent is trying to catch Louis Allen. There's 5 minutes left this race. Sooty Apex has an 8-second lead out front now. But we're watching Tibbs versus Bryn at the minute. And a fantastic little fight here.
When Max, meanwhile, should have had a moment of his own because he lost a bit of a time to Smokey.
Yeah, I wonder if he's had another moment. Bryn's going to try and look around the outside at this middle sector. DJ Phil nearly collects the back of Bryn there. I bet that would have been a heart-in-mouth moment for Bryn because DJ Phil nearly walloped him in the back. In fact, DJ Phil's trying to look to pass Bryn. He's looking a bit racy. Up ahead is Smithy, who's a lap down, so Smithy will have to move out of the way.
Yeah, and that's what I wanted to say, that they started to catch Smithy.
So if Smithy's here, where is Dean on track? Dean is... he's a sector behind Smithy at the moment. Smithy pulls... oh, that's sensible there from Smithy. Onto the grass, out the way. You can't be in trouble when you're on the grass there. 4 minutes, 16 seconds left. Ben, it's been a great bit of racing once again from Pro-Am.
Yeah, the whole evening is really great.
It's not been as chaotic. It's been good racing tonight from these boys.
Yes. So, yeah, of course they had a little scrap in turn 1 this race. But it's not that bad, I think.
So this looks like it is potentially a retirement for X-Fate here. So that will mean a qualifying ban in race 2 of Silverstone next week. Which is a shame. But we are still watching this battle. This is the closest fight on track. And it is Bryn and Tibbs with DJ Phil just slowly now dropping off the back. And Bryn and Tibbs here, this is for 6th place, let's not forget. Are racing like it's for a race win here. They are absolutely flying. They've made moves on each other that's been brilliant. Tibbs a little bit on the curb. Oh, now he's a bit wiggly. Does this give Bryn a bit of momentum? Oh, they touch!
No,
Tibbs in the wall!
Oh, no.
Oh, and he spins it round and just misses DJ Phil. He's now got to keep it still. Daz would have been scared there. And Tibbs loses out. Bryn gets through. Phil gets through. Where is Sekulovic? He's a little bit behind now. Max Mulder's past Smokey Devil. Now, where has he done that?
And that makes DJ Phil the lucky third.
So Phil's actually got ahead of Bryn.
Yeah.
Ah. So Bryn did all that work to get past Tibbs, and now Bryn's back, say 7th, because Phil's got back ahead of him. Right.
Yes.
Smithy then, he is in this final sector. Dean Wasocki is coming towards sector 2. So Dean's about a sector behind Smithy at the moment on the circuit. And Dean will obviously want to try and catch Smithy in this race. But Bryn's now got to do the hard work again on DJ Phil. Looks like he's got the speed down the start straight. He pulls out now on DJ Phil. He's going to go up in the inside of DJ Phil. And that for Bryn, he gets it stopped a little better. Phil's going to look around the outside. I have a feeling Phil's going to lose out there. Still side by side. And Bryn now gets the job done. And Max has cleared Smoky Devil. Good move. Yeah. Really good racing. Really good racing.
Yeah.
Smoky now 1.2 behind Max, but is 8 seconds clear of Louis Allen. I think Argent has lost a podium here by him having that spin when he should have pitted.
Yeah. It's a shame a bit, and of course for Smoky Devil, because he had a great chance to win this race, but of course he got taken out by X-Fate. So
be a good podium for him. Now, one thing again, you have to say, in this championship, Louis Allen's not won a race, but this is how consistent he's been. He was P4 in race 1. He's P4 again now. His worst result is 11th. Apart from that, he's been top 8 every race. He's been on the podium most races. We're on the final lap of the race. And Louis Allen here, this is how you win a championship, by being consistent.
Yes, consistency is key, like my motto says.
Whereas Lucas Roth pulls to the side to let the leaders come through. That is Louis Allen. Lucas Roth looks a little slow. I wonder if he's got a bit of damage. I wonder if Keegs has had some steering wheel problems again. We know he's had some on Sunday nights. So hopefully not for him. So Smoky Devil losing 2 seconds. Now, I just actually caught Louis Allen a bit, but there's 1 lap to go. So I don't think it's going to matter. Bryn is now well ahead of DJ Phil. So Kulovic trying to gain on the back of Tibbs now. That's 3 seconds. Hypertech's 19 behind, but he's 3 seconds clear of PNMotorsport. And well, we're going to get the last poll of the day up, and it is going to be Driver of the Day. And you've got to say Sooty Apex straight on that list. Louis Allen, 2 4th places. For his podium, Hypertech, first podium for him. And you know what? Lucas Roth for his first podium of the season.
Yeah.
On there. Sooty. Go on, Ben.
Sooty dominated this round.
Yeah, he has. We'll get our drivers of the day in just a moment's time as Sooty comes into the final corner now. It's been absolutely fantastic for Sooty Apex here. It's been total domination for Sooty Apex here. He won back-to-back at Paul Ricard in the wet. He's going to win back-to-back at Zandvoort in the wet. Sooty Apex in the Bentley comes home to take back-to-back race wins. Max Mulder will be the man to take a 2nd place to go with his 5th place earlier on. Smoky Devil, a shame for him, but it'll be P3. And then it's going to be Louis Allen, Mr. Consistent, I think we could call him this season. Argent was catching him at the end, but Louis Allen, P4. Argent crosses that line for P5. P6 for Bryn, and really well deserved for Bryn because he drove a fantastic race, did Bryn, in that one. P6 for Bryn, it's going to be for him a great race
and
for Bryn there.
For DJ Phil.
Yeah, P7 DJ Phil, or will it be though actually? Because who's that on the back of him? Oh, it's Daz Automatic actually. That's Daz on the back of him. So Kulovic has passed Tibbs. So DJ Phil, P7. Lucas Roth has crossed the line, P12. Daz has crossed the line, P15. Smithy's going to cross the line in P13 as Kulovic will be P8. Tibbs is going to be P9. And then we just await for PNMotorsport, who is going to be P10. For Hypertech, P11. So here comes PNMotorsport to cross the line. It's going to be a P10 for him. Dean Wasocki next to the line. It's going to be P14. Not a bad night's worth of racing for Dean. I'm sure he'll take some positives, but he'll want to express himself. Has Hypertech... Yeah. I think Hypertech is a lucky boy, because I think he's ran out of fuel. So Hypertech will finish P10 in this one then. He's just currently ran out of fuel. As Max Mulder now comes round to the track. So hopefully Sooty Apex, Max and Smokey will join us in the commentary box then. In the manufacturers table then, they all stay in the same positions. Aston Martin only 3 points off the back of Lexus now. There's a few more Lexuses tomorrow night. In terms, though, of the Pro-Am Championship standings, Keith, Mordecai and Monkey Boy cannot win the championship, as well as Dean Wasocki and AKA Fix. They all are out of the running for this championship and cannot win it anymore. In terms of everybody else, Louis Allen has a 28-point lead over Exit Tibbs in this championship fight. That is big going in, saying there's only 6 races left. 153 points up for grabs, though, so anybody's game. Sekulovic is third, 43 points behind. Sutty is fourth, 49 points behind, so close. He jumps ahead of Smoky Devil, who's 51 behind. Nose has dropped to P6, 66 off the back. Argent is 7th. He is currently 76 off the back. Bryn, 8th. He's 89 off the back with PNMotorsport in 9th. Daz down to 10th with Hypertech up to 11th. DJ Phil in 12th with X-Fate Silent 13th. Max Mulder moves into 14th place out of Smithy 15th. And then it's Monkey Boy, Mordecai, Keegs, AKA Fix and Dean Wasocki bringing up the rear. And in terms of Constructors' Championship, and it's Titan Oro Racing leading the way, 67 points clear of the SRL Pink McLaren Racing Team. And then you get the lovely Dynaco Racing Team, who are next up. After that, it will then be... Apologies, just got to get this before it goes off. Bang, done, got that. Then it will be Dynaco Racing, 112 points off the Constructors' Championship. East and West are P4, before it is then back to front racing P5, MBR Racing Team in P6. And that for Sutty is race win number 16. He's now 1 behind Andy and Max Mulder. And it has been a fantastic night's worth of racing. But we will speak to Smoky Devil first, who is currently your P3 driver. Smoky, fantastic pole position. But just talk us through your race.
I don't know where the pole came from, to be honest. But the race was good. I made 2 mistakes, and that just cost me I think it cost me the race win, but it was good. The second race, first race, I was gutted when I got disconnected.
Yeah.
I was doing all that work, do you know what I mean, staying out and do all that damage, and then working my way through, get up to, I think, what was it, 8th?
Yeah.
And then get disconnected. Oh, nearly, TV nearly got it.
The disconnection sucks. The qualifying lap, though, exact identical time as Sekulovic, but you did it first.
Aye, I don't know where that came from. It was just on rails for that one lap. That was it. I couldn't get anywhere near it any other time. Just couldn't get near it, so I'll take that. It's just a lucky shot.
Lucky shot. It's your 5th pole position at SimPlay Motorsport, but it's another podium to your name as well. It's your 24th podium, and the BMW, you're starting to get better in that BMW. You seem to be finding your feet in it.
I'm growing to it. I'm liking it. Tried a few other cars. Don't like the rear engine cars. Mid-engine cars. Don't like them. Just back to on front engine, rear wheel drive. That's it.
And obviously it's a great week for the family. Leon Fernie, 2nd place last night in a fantastic drive. Yourself tonight, P3 on pole position. Great week for the family.
Aye, brilliant. Do you know what I mean? Just after his birthday as well. Do you know what I mean? So couldn't ask for anything better. He's some week. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So, Porsche Cup Sunday night to really cap it off. Aye, I'm liking the Porsche Cup as well. Hopefully we get another round of that going as well, because I think that's going to be good.
Well, Smoky Devil, congratulations on your P3. We hope to see you next time out.
Nice one, cheers.
And we speak with Sutty Apex, who's you're no longer the master of the Sutty Send It. You just master the rain, because you pitted it. You didn't seem to have the pace of Smoky, Sekulovic and Argent in that early stage of the race. You pitted before all of them, and you came out P1 by the time they'd all pitted. That was some strategy.
Well, yeah, the first stint, I don't know what was going on. The tyres just didn't feel under me. Whether I've loaded at the setup, I don't know, something went weird. But yeah, so Kieran got past us. Sort of, I had a little wobble. I thought, right, I'll just stay behind. Pit window was open. I thought, right, I'll try and see if the tyres are under me now. And I started gaining on them. I thought, right. So dived into pits, changed the tyres, and the car just seemed 100 times better. It seemed like back to race 1. We were banging in low 43s, high 42s. It's all right, game on.
When it seems to be that you've got a wet track, not a changeable track, you seem to be the best out of anybody at the moment. That's 4 wet tracks and 4 race wins to yourself.
Well, we all know I like a loose car, and you can't get looser than a wet track, can you, Matt?
Well, this is true. But it just shows how well you are in the wet. It shows how compact you are, and in the Bentley as well. The testament to the car for doing so well in the wet.
Yeah, it was lovely. I was even still managing to tap the curbs even in the wet, which, you know, like in a lot of other cars you can't do.
Yeah.
It just feels really, really good in the wet. It feels really planted, stable. The rear dances a little bit, but not too much. And even if it does snap, you know, it's quite easy just to back off and just keep it under you.
Yeah.
I think a lot of others with the mid-engines, you know, you're off, aren't you?
Yeah, that's it. Next week, Silverstone. What's your plans?
I do like Silverstone. We all know that, so we'll just see. I think the dry. I think everyone seems to get better setups. You know, and I don't get as much practice maybe some others, so I seem to always struggle in the dry. But you just never know. I think the wet seems to be a good leveler.
It does indeed. Well, you've taken the fans' vote for driver of the day, so congratulations.
Oh, cheers, everyone. It's been a
Ben,
while since I've got one of them.
Ben, driver of the day, and your final thoughts as well.
Sooty.
Oh, cheers, Ben.
There you go.
Word.
Final thoughts on tonight's race?
He dominated. Sorry?
Final thoughts on tonight's race?
Yeah, so it was a great. So for a wet race, it was kind of cleaner than I expected, to be honest. So I'm actually glad we witnessed some great racing tonight.
Indeed we do. You're looking forward to being out there tomorrow?
Oh, yeah, I do. After this.
Well, I'll be watching I'll be watching and cheering you on from Switzerland.
Oh, thank you.
I'm going to give my driver of the day as well to Sooty Apex, but honourable mentions to Hypertech, Lucas Roth, Smokey Devil and Max Mulder for their podiums, Sekulovic and Smokey as well for their qualifying times. What a sensational lap times there was. And yeah, that's all we have time for tonight. It's going to be pros tomorrow night, 8 PM UK time. Dan Davis, PNMotorsport, will be bringing you the action of the Pro Series where Ben, aka Nexus, will be on the circuit. Make sure you come and cheer him on tomorrow night. I will sadly be in Switzerland, so won't be back, but the next time you'll hear from me is Sunday night in the comms box for Porsche Carrera Cup with PNMotorsport in the box. Smokey Devil will be back out on the circuit in them. Can he take another podium at Alton Park? Join us live 8 PM UK time for that. Myself and Fury will be back in the box for Amateur at Silverstone next week. On Tuesday, 8 PM UK time there, myself and Dan Davis will be live in the box next Wednesday night, 8 PM UK time for Silverstone. Ben will be back with me the week after next at Laguna Seca. But from all of us here at SimPlay Motorsport, take care. Good night.
The chance to run, leave behind the said and done, figure out what's to come. Reasons, all the bigger things I can't ignore. I'm not getting what I came here for. Gotta get ahead of something more. So I think I found a new way out, way beyond the shadow of doubt. 'Cause I can't breathe, and I guess I could be stronger now and leave it up to fate somehow. But I'm doing this for me. Give it up, baby, I'm not fooling anyone. Always going on and on. Can't you keep it to yourself for once? Oh, I think I found a new way out, way beyond your shadow of doubt. And I can't breathe. Oh, I hope you're keeping count of all the times you let me down, and all the things you said out loud, the bullshit I could cry about. And I know we could be stronger now
times and I can't seem to find a light between the walls I built for myself right in my mind. And then you came over and you showed me love that I never had seen before.